Developments of the two accused in the Vlakfontein murder case. Gillian, what is happening right now?
Very good morning to you, Desiree. We are now inside Court 4E, where you are getting pictures again of the second accused, known as Peter Coupe, 61-year-old Peter Coupe. He will be making the bail application today. As our report earlier said, Ernest Mabaso last Monday abandoned his bail application. What you can see now is a very packed courtroom, similar to last week's scenes where we saw members of the ANC Women's League, the Vlakfontein community, but more so the family, again coming to be part of these proceedings. We can see also that the accused, Mr. Coupe, is rather uncomfortable with the cameras who are actually focusing on him now. We do know that he was in a long-term relationship with one of the deceased, the homeowner Mbali. We understand that they had been together for 15 years, Desiree. And the questions that's arising now is what could have prompted the killing, where we understand that there could be a link between Coupe as well as Mabaso. You can see in the dock they're sitting very far from one another. Other accused persons in other matters have now come into the dock, but Coupe and Mabaso sitting very far from each other, and this was a similar situation that we saw last week when they had entered the dock. If I can ask Sam Kawu to just pan towards Mabaso there. You know, last week he didn't want to look at the cameras, and you know, a very different image from the people who are being accused of having murdered 7 family members, among them 4 minors. We know that the youngest there, as young as 2 years old. The families, as you can imagine, Desiree, rather quite, you know, it's very difficult for them to be in a court like this, where these people who were relatives at one stage are being accused of this. I know Tebogo found it very hard last week to talk to us, and I don't mean to put you in this very difficult position, Tebogo, but seeing Coupe now, I mean, he was a relative to you. You knew him very well.
Yeah, you know, I can't say much. I do talk to Nomfundo's father because I have been in pain for days. Do you understand? So can you talk to Nomfundo's father? Maybe she has something to say.
When you see Coupe, what do you think of? If you could say something to him now, what would you say to him?
Iminingi imibuzo engifisa angiphendule yona. One, why abulala ingane? Zazenzeni kuyena? That's the only thing I want to know.
We know that Mbali's sister is also in the audience, and I know it's very difficult for her, and I'm going to try and go to her to talk to her just about being in court now. She wasn't here last week. It's very hard for you. I understand.
Mina ngifuna bagwetshwe and angazi usibusisa ukuthi babulalelani bonke. Ngifuna ngichazele, asichazele siyifamily ukuthi azababulale kabuhlungu kanje nezingane uyigencile nosisi bami baqhumisa amehlo bonke abantwana wabaqhinya abantwana bonke baphuma amalimi ngaphandle. Ngifuna ngichazele benodeni ngoba udeni ngamfica endlini ngambuza ngathi baphosisi bami wangitshena ukuthi bathe baye ekhaya. Mebese ekhaya ngiyambuza udeni ngithi deni pho yini leliphunga elinukayo kulela kamereni ngalena. Umphakathi wasuthi akahamba udeni wathatha izinto zokugqekeza lapha eGushade la kuhlala khona emathuluzi wagqekeza lapho safica khona idumbu Sibusiswa isebalekile. Ngiyamfuna lo mfana, ngiyamfuna uSibusiso. Wenza ihluku lo mfana.
Desiree, quite emotional scenes, and it's very difficult to sit in the gallery with this raw kind of emotion. Them having to come face to face with these people who were relatives to them, and them having to sit on this side, and them being in the dock on that side, and them having to let the law take its course at this stage. Sisi, what has the family been going through? I mean, we can feel the pain here. It's not easy to sit in this courtroom.
It's been very, very difficult for the family. You know, they're trying as much as they can to be strong, but it's not easy. It's not really easy. It's been very difficult. We just hope that they don't get bail today.
They were relatives, they were familiar to the family, these two gentlemen.
I think they were familiar to their family. I think they were. Oh, it's not easy, my sister. I don't even want to say anything more.
So Desiree, that's the kind of sentiments we are getting from the family. Very difficult for them to talk to us about the kind of pain that they're in, for them to face these men who were very familiar and who were in and out of the Khoza household. Proceedings will start in a short while from now, and we expect Kupe to put factors forward why it's in the interest of justice that he be released on bail. As you can see, these images, not easy. Kupe finding it very difficult to have the cameras very close to him, but he will put factors forward why he should be released on bail. And proceedings we won't have judgment today in this particular application. It will take some time. The magistrate will have to peruse over those factors, looking at whether it's in the interest of justice and looking at all the other factors that will be presented by the accused as well as the prosecution. We know the prosecution is opposing bail, and quite an incensed community. Yeah, Desiree.
Gillian, the last time you were there, it was easy to gauge because it was the first appearance and we knew we'd be in and out. Do you have a sense of how long today's process will take?
Desiree, with the bail application, the accused will have to give factors, quite compelling factors, why he should be released on bail. In a matter like the one we are in now, the prosecution naturally is going to oppose. So I expect an affidavit from Kupe to be read out to court. If he chooses, he could bring witnesses to corroborate his affidavit. The prosecution could also possibly read an affidavit into court or affidavits, but they're also likely to bring witnesses to corroborate their stance. And an application like this usually doesn't take one day. Then the magistrate will have to, look over those factors. She'd have to peruse through the factors, and then she will give another date when those decisions will be made. And she's now just entering the courtroom, Desiree, so I'd have to hand back over to you now.